Welcome back to the read. I'm so excited to be back with you again for the third time today. I don't know what's gotten into me lately, but I just can't stop right now. I have this desire to get on. This channel is new. We have 3 subscribers. I'm so excited about it. The channel continues to grow every day, every day. So really excited about that. Thank you to my subscribers. And if you haven't subscribed, why don't you go ahead and click that subscribe button, hit the like. I really can't wait till I start getting comments through. I can't wait to start engaging with you guys. I do want to thank Shelly Pyatt. She commented my first comment. One of my first comments. And she's like, "You really need to fix your audio." I'm like, "Oh, okay, girl, let me go ahead and do that." So what did I do? I went out and got a microphone. So now we're mic'd up, baby. We have been mic'd up for the last couple of videos, so that's why hopefully the audio is coming through a lot clearer than it was before. Oh my gosh, can you believe I'm shuffling and I didn't set the table? What is going on? What is going on? I guess I was just too excited to come up here. And I didn't really think about setting the table, but I'm glad that I caught it. This poor candle is coming to the last of its life. If you have any candle suggestions, please let me know. Let me get some charms out here just in case we have any naked people. Oh, these are all the things you learn when you start YouTubing, all the things you learn. So thanks for being with me during this process. This particular read is going to be for the Leos. It is indeed Leo season. That didn't fall upright, but we will look at it. Page of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. And it took me, I'll say this, it took me a long while to learn a Leo. Ironically, my first boyfriend in high school was a Leo, and he was like a Leo, but he was such a lovely Leo. But other than him, I had a few Leos in my life that were just like, remember, I'm a Pisces, so the fire was just grating energy to me. It was energetically demanding to be in relationship with a Leo. And I didn't really care for Leos. I just thought they were arrogant and ego-filled and big-headed. Girl, come to find out, when I got a little bit deeper into astrology, girl, my rising is a Leo. My rising is in fact a Leo. So talk about what do they say? The kettle calling the teapot black, or the teapot calling the kettle black. Child, oh my gosh, look at that. I guess we really are reading for the Leos today. Let's go ahead and we are Leo heavy today, because look what we have so far. We have the Knight of Wands, the King of Wands, and the Eight of Wands. Some astrological transits that are going on right now. We have, obviously, it's Leo season, so the sun is in Leo. The sun is in its natural position. How beautiful is that? And then on top of that, we also have Leo and Jupiter. Leo and Jupiter is really also a beautiful combination because you have the energy of Leo with the big abundance, success, joy, luck that comes with Jupiter. So Leo is very happy in Jupiter. Well, really all the signs are happy when it gets in Jupiter. It's Saturn that you have to watch out for. But Jupiter is the biggest planet in our solar system. Biggest planet in our solar system, so it would be fitting that Leo is not only in the sun but is in Jupiter, just like a Leo. So shout out to all my Leo suns, risings, and moons. Go ahead and check your natal chart to see where Leo sits in your 12 houses or within your planets. And then come back to this video so that you can see the context of which this reading applies. So, big passion is what's coming out here. You have the Knight of Wands, King of Wands, and the Eight of Wands. Then you have the Chariot, the World, and the Four of Pentacles. Okay, let me push this up just a little bit because we're like right at the edge of the table. Okay, so this is definitely something that has to deal with your passion. Let's see what's at the top of the deck. The Empress, and at the bottom, the Three of Swords. Definitely something that has to deal with your passions. Because you're bringing this generally in this reading and generally in life, you are bringing this very heat-filled, fire-filled energy to every situation that you are, every situation, every scene, every scenario that you are in. It's actually kind of beautiful to see a Leo in their prime. Making no excuses, super confident. And that's what it's, I think this is, ooh, another wand. Yep. Five of Wands. I think you're just really like reveling in Leo season, Leo. You might have come out of a particular situation where you had to be very grounded, very Saturn-like, very disciplined, very, you had to have a rigid routine. And you're getting now to the point where you no longer have to battle within that you're getting to enjoy some of the fruits of your labor. I think that's what's coming through for me right now. This doesn't look like it's going to be a long one because the message is, fire for fire, wands for Leo. We love to see it. The King of Wands is a master at his craft, master of his creative process and his passions, and he's able to take that passion, and I'm just curious to see what's at the top. Oh, and you have the Queen of Wands at the bottom. How sweet. All you need is a Page of Wands, and then you would really have a full wand reading. The Emperor. We can leave it flip, but that's fine. Yeah, the king has become so mature and so ready to handle his passions. He takes his passions and he doesn't let them just stay passions. He moves into action. And the reason why I say he moves into action is because he also has the energy of the knight. Remember, it goes page, knight, queen, wands. The page is in the knight is in the queen is in the king. And the king rounds out as the highest court card. And so the Knight is also within the King. The Knight is a little bit more youthful, right? Has a little less experience under his belt as it comes to expressing his passions. But he is certainly an action-oriented individual. Page of Wands at the top. Yeah, definitely, definitely. Wow. So you had the whole court of wands that came out. And I think that is to say that you're really embodying who you are right now, Leo. Maybe because the sun is in Leo as well. That you are just a full pictured, like a full-bodied glass of wine you are right now, and that is really amazing to see. It might have took a battle to get here. Maybe it wasn't always like that. Maybe it wasn't always like that, and that speaks to the journey, right? You also have the Eight of Wands here. The Eight of Wands suggests that there might be a message coming into you, or coming to you. And I wonder if it's going to be a message that continues to Empress at the bottom, King of Pentacles at the top. I wonder if it's a message that is going to continue this passion-driven motion that you're in right now. I think it's really cool that we saw the Page of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and now here on the board, on the spread, we have the Knight of Wands and the King of Wands. So keep on keeping on, Leo. Like, I don't see that there's you did pull the Five of Wands, so that suggests that there might have been a battle, but I think this is just the battle of you going through the Wands journey. Remember, the Wands represent fire energy. It represents creation, creativity, passion, desires. And so I think this is really just talking about the ways in which you have journeyed through this journey of the wands until you reach the King energy. And remember, the King energy is just the divine masculine. So if you're watching this and you're a woman, it can still apply to you. And it certainly applies to you if you're watching, if you're a Leo, if you're watching and you're a Leo. Let's go through the journey. The journey is the Chariot. This suggests that you had to build a foundation. The Chariot carries the energy of 7. So 7 is God's perfect number, the number of creation. It took 6 days to create the world, and he rested on the 7th. 7 colors of the rainbow. Is it 7 or 8 wonders of the world? One of them. So it suggests that you built this foundation that it might. This seems recent. This doesn't seem like it's talking about your whole lifetime. This feels like in the recent past, in the very recent past, not very recent, yeah, not very recent, but in the recent past, maybe the last 8 years or so, 7, 8 years, 7, 8 months, maybe months, you went through this process in which you decided that you're leaving this behind. You're leaving behind the anxieties, you're leaving behind the betrayal, you're leaving behind the fears, and you're going to step into this King of Wands energy. You decided that you're going to be this young prince sitting on the chariot. You have two sphinxes at the bottom of the stone chariot. Stone chariot suggests that it's not quite in motion, but it does have the capacity to move. But the two sphinxes, the black and the white sphinx, is the veil between the conscious and the unconscious. You'll also notice that the draping above the chariot has stars on it, and at the shoulders of this prince or king's suit of armor are two moons, a waxing and waning crescent moon, and at his crown is a star. So this suggests that this foundation was built, I think, in the last 7 or 8 months, or it could be 7 or 8 years. Wands tend to move very quickly, so I'm going to lean in saying the last 7 to 8 months. You decided that the way that you were living is no longer viable. You said, "Nah, I can't live like this no more. I can't deal with this energy anymore, and I'm not going to." And you made a change. And you built a foundation. And look at this. You go from the 7 to the 21. Remember, we talked about the 7-7 portal on 721. 7 times 3 is 21. So you almost like jumped timelines right here. You went from 7 of the major arcana to 21 of the major arcana. Whew, very cool, very cool, very cool stuff. And with the World card, it suggests that it suggests that your journey through this is over and done. You're done with the betrayal. You're done with the perceived fears. You're done with the anxieties. You decided that this part of your life was over. So you built a foundation, one that you had healthy coping mechanisms. You might have started going back to the gym. You might have started doing your work differently. You started self-care routines. You started implementing all these things. And it led you to the end of your journey at the World Cup, where you could embody this Knight of Wands. Very cool stuff. I would suggest now that you're in this Knight of Wands energy, I would suggest not going into the Four of Pentacles. You might have to go into the Four of Pentacles energy just a little bit in order to guard your resources, protect your resources. You also have the Fool and the Queen of Cups at the bottom. I just want to see if more wands are going to come out, honestly. I would suggest not going too deeply into the Four of Pentacles energy. Sometimes that energy can end up being too tight-fisted, where you don't end up receiving or giving as much as you should. Remember, that's a balancing act as well. Let's see if there's, nothing is really coming out. Yeah, Strength, Devil at the bottom, Knight of Cups at the top. This is a very clean read, y'all. Oh, and of course, just like we mentioned earlier, the Page of Wands and the 6. So definitely, okay, look at the, oh my gosh, hold on. I'm too excited. Hold on. Let me finish this. Okay, Page of Wands came out. You are certainly, Leo, you are certainly the roaring lion, the king of the jungle. You have gone through the entirety of this wand suit, and you're coming out as the page, the knight, and the king. Remember, the queen was at the bottom of one of the shuffles as well. You are truly the king of the jungle, Leo. Wait, hold on. Let me not boost you too much. Hold on. We don't need that ego to be any bigger than it already is. So let me pull it back just a little bit. But you are, honey bun. I'm sorry to say it. Whoever don't like it, and all the people who are watching that are just being nosy, who are just being nosy during Leo season. But let me say it again. You are the king of the jungle. Remember, I said, as you become this king, I don't know if you're actually the king of the jungle right now, because remember, you came out as the Knight of Wands. I think you're developing into the King of Wands. You still haven't fully got the Queen of Wands out yet, but it's there. Remember, it was at the bottom of the deck. As you develop into this King of Wands energy fully, I remember I said that it's going to be important for you not to go into the Four of Pentacles. And as I said that, you got the Six of Pentacles. Look at the imagery on the Six of Pentacles. This person is doing what? Giving. It's giving. Not like it's giving, but like literally the action of giving. Philanthropy, charity. There's so many ways that this can look. It can look like mutual aid for your community. As the King of Wands, you might have, you're going to have your court. You're also going to have your community, and then you'll have your subjects. And it's going to be important that you give to your community and give to the people who are under your sphere of influence. And it doesn't just have to be monetary. You could also be giving your gifts. You can be giving your talents. You can be giving your word. Your word is bond. Those fell out, just me being klutzy. We're not going to take them, but we are going to look at them. And look at that. You are victorious. You are super victorious. You also got the Seven of Pentacles, which is a natural progression from the Six of Pentacles. I think the cards have spoken for itself, Leo. Leo, good job. King of the jungle. King of the jungle. Remember that we're, as king, that we have to be giving. We also have to be giving. When we stop giving, we stop receiving. It is a balancing act. When you give, it is a sign to the universe that you are also ready to receive. So don't stop giving as you go through this journey. I think you might be giving and delivering your passion, not your seed. Wrap it up. But you will be delivering and sharing your passions and your creativity, possibly with the world. If not your community, if not with the world, with your community, but the community is part of the world, right? Right. Leo, amazing reading. I'm so excited to see what you do with this King of Wands energy. As the Knight of Wands, I can't wait to see you continue to develop. As you'll notice, the Page of Wands, the Knight of Wands, and the King of Wands all have salamanders on their dress. Right here, salamanders. That is a divine symbol of protection. The King of Wands even has a salamander at his feet. You are divinely protected in this journey. and I cannot wait to see what you do with it. Leo, happy Leo season. Happy birthday to all the Leos. Happy belated birthday to all the birthdays that have already passed in Leo season. We love ya, and we'll see you in the next one.